I will start only because we are coming up to, we do a little intro at the beginning and we do have our first speaker on at 3:05. So I will make a start. So while we're waiting for Sean, I just want to welcome everybody to the Jobs Club for July, and thank you for taking time out to join us today. And we do have a brilliant event ready for you today, and we've got Bar Hale as our first guests, and we also have carers that are going to be speaking about some of their opportunities. So that is local opportunities and projects that are going on at the minute. So I will introduce Kat. So Kat is from Bar Hale. So if you want to, if you take over, Kat.
Yeah, that's fine. Hi everyone, my name is Kat. So I'm the recruitment manager for both Bar Hale and BCS Group, based out of the Walsall office by the football club, but never mind. Yes, so basically what we are currently recruiting for at the moment, I don't know if you want me to go straight into the slides at all.
Yeah, if you want to share the slide, or I can do it for you.
Yeah, that's fine if you wouldn't mind, that'd be grand.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of slide about one of the projects that we are currently recruiting for at the moment. And then I'll briefly tell you at the end, because there's a few more positions across the business, because we do recruit for our Walsall office as well, and our BCS Group, who is a separate entity also based in Walsall. Fantastic. So Julia unfortunately is not joining me today. I have her doing some maths at the moment, which she'd probably rather not be doing, but never mind. So my name is Kat Betts, as I say. So if you could just flip to the next slide. One of the projects that we are recruiting for at the moment is our Hampton Load project. We're on site until early January, potentially late January at the moment, 2023. Bar Hale in itself are a civil engineering contractor, so we work within power, rail, utilities, water, and obviously the project at Hampton Load is a South Staffordshire water project. So what we're currently doing there is doing a lot of enabling works at the moment, as they like to say, muck shifting, tri-bore hole boring, etc. Design works for that specific project, and we're doing the piling and undertaking to build screening plants on site. So this is a specific project that we are recruiting for people at the moment. So people on that site could be anything from ground workers to bricklayers. People say, why bricklayers? Because you're actually potentially working in a ducting area. So we're looking for those type of people for that specific project at the moment. So I don't know if you want to jump onto the next slide. So I've got all the job roles on there. So Hampton Loan ground workers, gate person. We potentially are looking again for site managers, project managers for that site as well. Our northern region, which is very misleading, is classed as the Midlands region. But the northern region spreads from Walsall, tends to be about 100-mile radius of the Walsall office. So the Walsall office in itself, we're looking for trainee engineers, apprenticeship engineers. For Hampton Load as well, we're looking for an apprentice on site now. That just came through yesterday as well. Head office requirements, I think everybody's looking for estimators at present, looking for estimators. BCS Group is a total separate entity, just to touch on BCS, to Bar Hale. But we are based on the same site in Walsall, and they are owned by the same owner of Bar Hale, but they operate as a separate entity. So they do everything from plant, so that is maintaining plant, fixing plant, to hiring of plant out. So that will obviously be your mobile plant fitters that we currently need at the moment. Again, they're looking for apprentice administrators. We're looking for a head of hire, regional account managers, which is obviously sales positions. You lead plant yard operative, which is based again in the Walsall office. We have a training and plant centre just round the corner from the offices where we are on Wallows Lane. So what we actually do is we actually have the facilities to train anybody on confined spaces, to health and safety. We actually have a training facility of our own as well. So the plant yard operative will be based around at Wallows Lane. So I don't know if anybody has any questions about that at the moment, or
yeah, if anybody has any questions about the opportunities from Bar Hale, we have got the email address there. So just to reiterate, if anybody's interested in the opportunities, any of the vacancies on the slide there that you can see. If you can email careers@farhill.co.uk. We also have the chat, so you can pop some questions in the chat. And what we'll do is, I think, Kat, are you okay to hang on just a little bit longer and then?
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, just
any questions we can, yeah, then we can, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I briefly just want to say we've literally been awarded another project. So if anybody's a little bit further afield, we have a project that is due to start in Derby. That specific project is part of the Resilience project. So it's currently putting in 16 kilometres of clean water pipeline. So the clean water is obviously for around 40,000 houses that have been built that have no water connection. So obviously it's quite a good thing if you've got a house to be able to connect to the water. So we've literally been awarded that, and we're starting trial boreholing at that over the next few weeks. So we are going to be starting up and ramping up the recruitment for that specific project as well.
Yeah, brilliant. And if there are any projects in the future as well, is there anything coming up in sort of the next few months? Is there anything that
the only one that we've got at the moment is going to be, because it's one of the bigger ones, is the one that we can look at the Hampton Load at present, and say the Church of Milne to Melbourne, obviously not Australia, is Derbyshire way, so whether that would be convenient for anybody as well. That's where a lot of recruitment is also going to be heading, because we're on site there for 2 years.
Yeah, so if anyone is logged in and you're looking for opportunities further afield, if you drive, perhaps keep an eye out for those opportunities. I know that we do mostly focus on Birmingham, anyone that can get around Birmingham, but a lot of opportunities will be outside, because there's projects across the whole of the West Midlands and East Midlands as well. So keep an eye out for those. So I will we'll carry on, and like I said, the chat is open, so if anybody has any questions along the way, just pop them in the chat, or if you miss anything, any email addresses or websites, we can paste those into the chat, and that's for guests and speakers to put in information. Anyone got any questions about?
I think Mohammed may have. You're on mute, Mohammed.
If you just
you're on mute, Mohammed.
Hello.
That's
it. I'm still new to this technology.
That's fine. That's fine.
I just want to ask whether you can put us on your mailing list for the new vacancies, because I run a small job club type facilities in our organization.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's possible.
I'm presuming it is.
Yes, we can actually, if you're not already, because what we normally do is we have a contact list as well, RMF do. So if there are any opportunities, we can send them across to you. But we have a training team at RMF, so they can liaise with you, Mohammed.
Okay, thank you. Thanks very much.
Yeah. Okay. So if you just pop your details in, and then we'll send that through, or you can just email me. I'll put my email in the chat if you want to email me privately as well.
Okay.
All right, thank you for your question. So we'll carry on to our next speaker. So we've got Tom from Careys. Welcome, Tom.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much for the invite and the opportunity. And great work there, Kat. And I hope they're in positions to get filled. I suppose that's the purpose of today, to ensure that we as employers engage as many of you great people into a wonderful industry. So good luck on all them, Kat, and I hope it goes well. So I'm Tom, and I'm the Regional Director for Careys, a large Irish-based civil engineering business, predominantly started in London and now is nationwide. I head up the Midlands division of the business and have done now for 4 years. Been here since I was 23, started as a sort of ground worker. Not a very good one, I'm told, but I believe differently. But I started from the bottom, and now I'm privileged to hold a director role in the company. So for someone like me that's started from the bottom with very little academia or very good at spelling is testament for passion and just a drive to do well. So I reach out to anyone that's got a passion and wants to get into the industry. It can be done. So thank you for the invite for RMF. And just a bit on RMF before we go for the slide. We closely work with them on the Perry Bar scheme at the minute. So working with a lot of the underprivileged people there that are going in there looking for jobs, unemployed, and we're trying to help them into jobs via their training centre in in Perry Bar. So great relationship with RMF, and we continue to work solid with them because our purpose is to get people into employment and into a construction industry, which I fondly fell in love with at such a young age. So do you want to jump onto the next slide, Priya, and we'll just go through some of the projects that we're working on, please. So as I said, we're currently at Perry Bar. We've been there now since 2019. We started in there doing the enabling works. We've continued to build a concrete frame there, do all the groundworks for Lend-Lease, and now we're back there on a £10 million public realm scheme. So what I call the pretty bit, putting all the nice paving down and making it look as fabulous as it should do now. So all the buildings are up. We're in there putting all the granite paving down, the trees, the soft landscaping, the benches, the play equipment. So it's a really, really lovely scheme to be involved with. And also the fact I get such a good kick out of it, the fact that we're going to try and regenerate an area in Birmingham that really, really needs some investment. So we've got that on at the minute, and we're currently looking in that scheme. We're looking for pavers, ground workers, all manner of civil engineering disciplines, gatemen, logistics guys and girls, all trades we would take in there. Predominantly it's paving, but there's so much logistics, such a big site. It will take multiple labourers. If you just want to be early entry into groundworks, we're happy to take them. So Perry Bar is a really fabulous scheme for us. And for those that know the area, it really does deserve it. That's a key project. Ends in 2022 this year, they say, but I still think it will go on a bit longer. So that's a really key scheme for us. We've also got the Kelvin Energy for Waste, for anyone that knows it, down at West Brom on Kelvin Way. Really, really big statement to get an energy for waste in and around that area. It's quite an industrial space. So we've been in there for about a year now doing the enabling, and we're now sort of coming out the ground and ready for the structure and the energy for waste plant that gets built there. It's a really challenging and major civils, lots of deep engineering, deep drainage. So really, for someone that's into civil engineering, this is a really, really good scheme for you to get involved in. Again, we'll go through some of the vacancies there, but it's very, very similar. It's heavy civils, drainage gangs, engineers, site managers are in there. I've been told this morning we need site managers, a quantity surveyor. I've been also told this morning to mention today on this call that we're looking for quantity surveyors in on that West Bromwich scheme. It's a year's work initially, and then there's another 18 months thereafter once the building goes up doing all the externals. So potentially there's 2 years work there, just over 2 years work. And then we've got Paradise, which we've just started this week. For those that know, as you know, Paradise is looking really, really great at the minute, and it's gonna look great as it finishes up. There's some fabulous buildings being built there. So we're on 1 Centenary Way. We've got all the public realm, the paving, and again hard landscaping around that building. Starts in August. It's going to run till March next year because there's some additional pieces we've got to get done prior to the Commonwealth Games, so it will push the programme out. But that's a really, really, again, pleasing on the eye to see Paradise, and we're very proud to get a part the Carey Yellow in around Paradise. So that's a really good scheme, and we're looking at multiple schemes in Paradise, as you know. There's lots of buildings still to be built there. So I think that relationship with MEPC and McAlpines will evolve and will continue to stay there. So that's kind of where we are in the Birmingham. We're looking at a lot of other schemes that are close, as you said. I know you mentioned to Kat to talk about opportunities. There's one that I'm hoping to secure this week, which is Great Charles Street, which is a 50-storey concrete frame, which is Moda Living. For those that know, there's one Mercia Tower already been built in Birmingham. This is the second Moda building. That starts in September. For us, that will be a 50 weeks, so a year-long programme of heavy civils, a basement, remediation, deep drainage, concrete, formwork chippies, setting out engineers. It really is a key scheme for us in Birmingham because it's that city centre scheme that we've been hungry for quite a while. So there's one Priya that's not in the bag, but I'm 99% sure we'll lock that in over the next 2 weeks. And again, we can share that with RMF and the wider team on here as we secure that. But we as a business are very hungry in Birmingham. So we want to establish ourselves as the go-to contractor in Birmingham. I've got a lot of local staff. As you know, I'm not from Birmingham, you can tell from my accent, but it's proud enough to be up there because it's a city we're not in. So yeah, it's a big challenge for us. We hope to stay there for many years. So again, just touching on some of the roles, guys and girls, engineering all levels. We'll take engineering at a basic level, we'll take engineers at senior levels. Our philosophy is to take the people with the right values and the right beliefs, and we'll train you how to engineer. So we're really key on any engineering levels. It's a skill that's very tough to get hold of, tough to hold on to as well. So looking to develop and nurture basic and high level engineers, ground workers in all capacities, dumper driver, roller drivers, labourers. We'll coach you, we'll train you, we'll get you into where we see most of our ground workers are at Carey's. They're very high skilled, very well paid, with nurturing and mentoring. Joiners, always looking for joiners, carpenters for RC frames. That's not putting skirt and architrave on. It's a different discipline. But pavers, as I've said, Perry Bar and Centenary Way, some beautiful paving to go down on both end schemes. And as a paver and a curb layer myself, that was the bit I was most proud of. It's the bit of finishing the icing on the cake. So it's a great discipline to get into. Again, very well paid. When you get through that training and get to a skilled paver, it can demand some really good packages and some pay hourly salaries. Curb layers being the same. So there are key disciplines. Again, I mentioned the quantity surveyor. Sorry, that only came to me late. And site managers today. But for those that aspire to fit in that management role, I advise you to have a look at them. We'll share some more detail on the job descriptions if needed, Priya. Maybe that might help. We did that next to give people a bit more of an opportunity to understand whether that's their skill set. Yeah. But they're really key roles we're looking at, and as we continue to evolve, we'll hopefully get the opportunity to speak on these jobs clubs again in the coming time, and share more opportunities in the exciting times that Carey's, that we do believe we're going to paint Birmingham yellow with our white yellow flag that we are desperate to put in. So the two details there are Maddie and Jamie. They sit in our recruitment, social value and early talent. So drop them a note. I'm happy for you to share my email here if need be with forum. Quite happy for people to pick up the phone to me, check if it's the right job. I want to get the right people in. So that's us. Any questions, happy to take, or as I said, I'm happy to share my email for any questions or queries thereafter. So thank you, Priya. Thank you, RMF.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thanks, Tom. So if anybody didn't get those email addresses, I will share them just in the chat as well. So you can grab those if you've joined us a little bit later or you weren't able to get those. And the opportunities are all, it's a good, obviously, sort of various opportunities advertised there. And if anybody is looking to, do any of these roles, but they're worried that they haven't got the qualifications, there are a lot of training opportunities around in Birmingham at the minute. So do make the most of, if you are with the job centres, if you do have work coaches, they will have, the information. If you do want to do some free courses and things like that. RMF, we do offer a free programme as well. So if anyone is interested, I noticed that you had a lot of groundworking jobs advertised for both of yours, for Barhill and for Carey's. So we do a groundworks course at RMF, and that's in conjunction with a forward tipping dumper course. So they're both, both skills are very in demand at the minute. So, if you are unemployed at the minute, you do have access to free training with RMF, and there are some other providers as well that can offer, different specialisms. If you're looking to do plant courses and anything else that's slightly different, do make the most of your opportunities with your job centres and any organisations that you're currently in talks with. Has anybody got any questions about the opportunities that were shared by Carey's? No? Okay, so our chat, I've noticed that there's not much going on in the chat in the minute, so I'm guessing we haven't got any questions about what we've talked about. But what I will do now, I will populate that now and just copy across some of the email addresses from the opportunities. And if there is anything, I will put in my email address here. so that if you have missed anything, I've got all the information that's been shared today, so I can reshare that to any of you on request. And what we'll do is we will finish a little bit early today, only because we did miss a little bit of the intro, but I just wanted to thank everybody that has joined in today, and I really hope it was useful. You know, if there's anything that you want shared next time, any suggestions, and you know you need any help with anything, just pop it in the chat or just drop me an email, and then we can try and look at that for the next Jobs Club, because at the end of the day we just want to share the right opportunities for anybody that's looking for work, and it will be revolving around construction or rail. So we will try and get some contacts for rail as well, because we do have some at RMF as well. But yeah, again, thank you so much. Thank you to Kat from Barhill, and thanks to Tom for giving your time today and sharing those brilliant opportunities.
No pleasure. Thanks, Priya.
All right. Okay,
Thank you, everyone.
everybody.
Good luck, everyone. I hope you
Thank
find
you.
something you get a good job. Good luck, everyone. Take care.
Take
Thanks,
care.
Priya.